Hello, throwers and throwettes. This is Zachary Lytle, better known as Magneto, and I am proud to present, after 5 years of work, after the lawyers, after the engineers, after the machinists, after everything, it is finally here. It is the Duncan Magnetude, the yo-yo I designed and I first showed to you in the magnetic flux video back in 2008. It's here! So I can't really review this yo-yo because I am the creator, and that will be a very biased review. So I just like to go over some of the things I think you might need to know about magnet yo-yos. First thing you need to know is it really matters what color you buy. It only comes in 2 shades, black, red. This was not an accident. The yo-yos are coded north and south, and so if you're going to do 3A with them, you need a north and south. Opposites attract, and if you get 2 that are the same color, they don't attract, they repel, and it would really suck. So yes, color matters. If you would like to do 3A, you need opposite colors. Now, for you 5A players out there, because I know there's a couple, maybe a few more 5A than 3A guys out there, it doesn't matter which color you buy. All of the dice are matched to their yo-yo. And so no matter what color you buy, it comes with matched dice. And if you want to make sure all of your magnet dice are the same polarity so they work with all of your yo-yos, then you should only buy one color. But if you're going to do 3A, you need opposite colors. And honestly, you would still have dice that match each yo-yo if you got opposite colors. You just wouldn't be able to swap the dice between the 2 yo-yos. So there's all of my words of warning about the color and what kind of polarities you get, but the colors are there so you can keep track. Remember, opposites attract, and every yo-yo comes with matched weights. So, about the weights and the caps, they're a lot different than the old ones I used to use. In consideration of 5-play, after I talked to a few players, I found out the weight was a little important. Like really important, because the balance and weight ratio between the yo-yo and dice has been very, very well crafted over the years. And so when I made my dice design, I made sure to keep track of the weight. Now a standard Duncan weight weighs 14 to 15 grams, depending on where you set it on the scale. And my double dice also weigh in 14 to 15 grams. So, and the yo-yo itself is a little heavy, which is why I went with the heavier weight when I was designing it. You might also notice they have 3 holes. This is not an accident. It was one way I achieved having the heavy magnets in it and 2 dice, and still coming to the weight of a small foam rubber ball. But the reason for the multiple holes is so you don't have a string that sits on the outside. Because if the string flips sides over one of the magnets, it would interfere with the connection to the yo-yo. So to get rid of this problem, I drilled multiple holes in the dice. And so when you put the string on it, the string doesn't actually go anywhere on the outside of the counterweight. It stays in the center. And that's by design, guys. And it's an important part of making it work right. So these are my little counterweights, and they don't have a super strong magnet lock because they're both polarized to match the yo-yo, so they're both kind of south. Anytime you have a south magnet, it has to have a north field somewhere, and for my weights, it's at the core of them. So they have this weird repel and attraction thing that David's done some cool stuff with. I've only figured out a couple things to do with it, but it's part of the adventure. We're going to discover a lot together. Next is the cap. Now the cap has been improved a lot. I mean a lot. this is the old Z-Stack I used to use, and they tend to crack. I actually have an entire box of these that got destroyed. To avoid the cracking problem, I made these out of polycarbonate, which some of you plastic nerds might know as bulletproof glass. And these are an ABS polycarb mix, which is why they would crack. I also went ahead and I used to have to put a lot of glue to keep the magnet in. I made these solid. They're solid across the top, and the magnet actually loads from the back. And that's to prevent the magnet from popping out. That was a problem I used to have with the Z-Stacks. And last is this lip used to always catch the string on my G5. It's pointed up, and so the string would get under it. The lips on the Magnitudes are curved down, and so they have this little dome shape to them. I'm trying to show that off there. And this doesn't allow the string to catch the cap at all. Like, you have to really get it in there to get under that, and it is really difficult. So those are my improvements to the cap to make the Magnitude better than my G5 prototypes. Now the last thing is the yo-yo itself. Now, this is kind of my own personal love letter to my favorite yo-yo of all times, and that is the Duncan Freehand. I loved this yo-yo growing up. I just couldn't play with it enough. And when the Metal Zero came out, I was really looking forward to it, but it was kind of a letdown, because I wasn't a big fan of the metal, the weight balance. It lost a lot of the qualities that made this yo-yo so special. So I wanted to take a second crack at a metal freehand. If you look at my yo-yo, it is the same diameter as a freehand. It is the same width as a freehand. And it has a slightly wider gap to accommodate a new friction system. And yes, it does have a size A bearing. In the core of it, it doesn't use the old friction stickers. It actually uses the Duncan SG pads. And these I've been very impressed with. They have a long life and just provide excellent grip in return without being too responsive, or not being responsive at all. So this is the Magnitude. This is what I've spent the last 5 years designing and arguing with engineers over how we should make it. It was made right here in my garage. And there's been some nasty rumors going around that I'm building my own private robotic army out here. And I just wanted to say those rumors are absolutely true. We plan to take over in 2050. It'll be awesome. So guys, that's my yo-yo. That's the story. And I hope you buy one. I hope you play with them. And I hope you like the Magnitude as much as I do. Alright guys, keep throwing, and I'll see you at the next turn.